Welcome to Attican Plays Sweet Transit. Alright, hi, this is Attican and welcome to Series 1, Episode 24 of our long first look at Sweet Transit. Now in 23 we got oil going, oil and diesel. So we set up our first pump jack, rather modest little operation out here, creating some crude oil. We're loading it onto a train, shipping it over here to a refinery. Our refinery is processing that crude oil into diesel fuel. And I thought we'd take a minute. Let's walk through these calculations again. I'm not sure if I needed more drugs or less drugs or different drugs or what the deal was, or even if the problem was drug related at all. But I had a hard time just explaining the simplest things. So let's try again. Okay, so when you have something like this, the bricks work like this, the cheese works like this. Now we see the oil refinery, and I think the paper mill that's coming up later does a similar thing. We have your main building is the kind of coordinator of everything. So this oil refinery is really the office that pulls everything together. Then we have, for this case, we have a cracker, which is our main production building. You can see it's producing 3.5. That's with one boiler. That's its feeding unit attached to it. So you boil the oil, get it really hot, run it through the cracker, and you end up with diesel. Now, you can see on the cracker, production multiplies a certain number of structures are adjacent. It doesn't multiply, it just adds. You just add more, okay? Anyway, it's just a grammar thing. But anyway, you add more. So we've got 3.5 here. You see the production of 3.5. But what gives? We're actually producing 35 a minute. We got two different units of measure. Here we're doing 3.5 per 6-second cycle. If we look at this guy, and actually we can't even see it on here. You have to. This needs to be fixed. If you go here, and like you're trying to build one, you can see the data on it. That it has a batch time of 6 seconds, right? So each batch is 6 seconds. This is actually giving you your production for a batch, 3.5. I don't know why it doesn't just say 35. To me, that's what it should say. 35 a minute and be consistent. But anyway, it's 3.5 a batch. So if you're having 6-second batches, you can run 10 of those batches in a minute, 60 seconds, and sure enough, that gives you 35 a minute. So by having one of these, it's 35 a minute. We make a second one, it'll be 70. We have a third one, it'll be 105, a fourth one on 140, and on and on. So you can see we need to do 100. They're wanting us to do 120 in order to unlock 3 wagons, and all we'd have to do is pump this up to a total of 4, which would make 140, right? 3.5 times 4 times 10, that's 140. And we could hit that number very easily. And we'll worry about that in a minute. But anyway, that's the calculation on this side. So we're making 35 a minute. We go over here to our pump jack, and it is pumping 10 a minute. So if we could make over here 35 a minute, and it's a 1-to-1 between the oil and the diesel. You take in one oil, you put out one diesel. So that means over here we would need to have 35 production. Well, that would be 3.5 pump jacks. We can't build half of one, so we're going to need 4 pump jacks to just match this one little thing here. So I think that's the first thing. No, that's not the first thing I'd like to do. Okay, so I just wanted to explain that we need 4 of these pump jacks to match this one little modest thing right here, and then we'd be in sync and overproducing the crude oil a little bit, but that's better than underproducing, which would cause this to slow down. Well, it depends. It depends on what you're really trying to get done. But anyway, that's how the math works and how those things talk to each other. Now, what I want to do, though, I did want to fix one problem here. I forgot. These guys have storage, too, so you can actually store crude oil out here. And that pumps up your storage of the crude oil. How do I get that? I want to see it. I want to see the storage. Distribution center, pump jack. It says it has 200 coal, which I don't understand at all. I'm not sure what's going on there. Okay, don't don't look at that man behind the curtain for that. So let's move on. Let's move on. So that's the basic math of the oil and really all of the ones that have proximity bonuses. So what I want to do in this episode, we're getting ready to move into diesel trains, and what our ultimate goal, kind of our new puzzle, is how do we move our train system over to diesel, if not in total, at least in part, to diesel trains. And I will show you why we want to do that. Look at this diesel train right here. Look at his stats. Let's first look, just for context, look at the stats on our ST20. That's what we've been running. A top speed of 35, corner speed, all the rest of our speed's 30, right? 1100 horsepower front power, 550 braking power, okay? Well, then let's compare that to our first level diesel, the DT10. Top speed of 60, bridge speed of 60, and then the corner and ramp are 50. So it barely slows down when it hits corners and everything else. It can just fly, and it is much faster top end, right? But it runs on diesel, of course, and it costs 70 to upkeep, whereas the ST20 costs 20. So you're paying an extra 50 for each one. However, we've got a whole new set of new wagons we want to open up so that we can see what they bring to us. There's got to be a reason for them, and part of the reason would be the speed, because if we ran our diesel trains, well, what's the speed of this guy? Yeah, see, now look at the top speed of this tank wagon. 90, 70, 70, 90. That tells me there's another diesel coming, right? There's like a DT20 or something, because these speeds are even faster than our diesel train could go. Our diesel train just simply won't go that fast. It's that simple. What's this guy? Okay. So, and the other thing is the front power and back power and braking power. Well, back power is interesting too. It can go backwards. But the front power means that when you do stop or slow way down, you've got more power to pick up when you're carrying a heavy load and go back to speed more quickly. And the braking power means you can fly into a station or into an intersection or something where you have to stop, and you can go faster into it, brake faster, and actually maintain more speed and just move quicker. So you can get to the station faster, you can load up, and then you can take off faster. So it all matters, right? It all matters. Anyway, we want to get to the DT10, but before we do, and that's going to be an expense. We're going to have to run a bunch of trains. We're going to have to figure out a way to distribute our diesel around the map, and we'll get into that. But what I want to first do is rebalance everything. We've just gone through some big changes. We put in cheese. We made big changes with our another wheat field. We've got both cattle, dairy cows and beef cattle going now. So let's just make sure we're making enough of everything. So the first thing we can see is no, we're not. Our upkeep for wood is actually up to 634. And you'll notice it used to be always 1499, 1500. Now it's starting to drop a little faster because our rate of usage is higher. And we need to address that before we have a disaster where we don't have enough wood to maintain our system. So we're going to go out here and make some more. So we're producing at our best 600. When all these are up and running, we're at 600, which we are right this minute. So we're going to throw down a couple of more, at least 2 more of these to get our production up. So let's go sawmill right here, give it its extra storage, and figure out how far out through here we got to go to get our 120. There we go. And let's do one more. Sawmill, we can put it right there. Put storage next to it and come out this way. There we go. So we've added 2 more sawmills to our system. And that means that we now need, I think these are 40 apiece. Yeah, 40 people apiece. and we have a total of 12. That's 480, sorry. That's 480 people we need, laborers that we need out here. So let's look at the train that we have bringing out people. We've got one from Peeville, and we're actually doing this from two places, from Proctorville and from here. And this one's the one I consider kind of the main one. So we're gonna upgrade this to what did I say, 480. So it needs to be a 480. Now we've got a PLC 480, but that's got the slower trains, carries Craftsman. Let's go with, let's just create one, a 480. Let's see. We're going to have to build a new preset. We're going to call it a P480. And it's going to have this and this. And then it's going to have these wagons till it's at 480, and that's going to be an upgrade. So we're going to upgrade this train to a P480 and confirm. Oh, I think I figured out how to keep that train. Yeah, that was nice. All right, so we should, in a little bit, when that train's back out and running, we'll have enough workers out here, and we'll be producing more wood, and we'll be hauling our wood off to the warehouse, and that number should be better. The next one's stone. Our upkeep and our production are getting real close to each other, and we're about to go into building some more stuff that has stone in it. So I think we need to, in fact, even this, I think, don't these guys need... Yeah, look at that. We need a lot of stone just to put in a pump jack, and then the upkeep is more stone. So let's improve our stone. And I think the best thing to do here is to go to Chesapeake and look at what we've got going. And why don't we just throw in another module? We'll put in 5 of these and 2 of these, and that will give us 60 more production in Chesapeake. So we want, let's see. Quarry, we want 2 more that we could tag onto this system. 1, 2 will do. All right, sorry I had a robocall, a ridiculous robo. They must think that people are beyond stupid. Well, they may have something with me, I don't know. All right, so we added 40 here. 2, 4, 6, 8. Times 320. We need is that right? 320? 20 times, I'm sorry. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 20, 160. We need a 160. This guy here needs to become a 160. So we're going to upgrade him to a 160. That's a PC. We don't want that. We want a regular one. It would be a 4 times 4. Here we go. P4. And go. Okay. So now we've set up 2 more quarries. And we're going to go in here and we're going to set up some more of this. And we can just go continue with our little dirt roads. They work fine for this. And we're going to put in 5 of those and another storage. Right there, and run that and get people working there. Good. All right, so now we've added 60 stone production down here, cut stone. We've got some to take off. How many trains do we have running on the cut stone? We have just the 1 train running. Let's look at its line and see how we've got it running. Oh, it's going in there. Why would it do that? Okay, that's silliness. We're going to modify its line. We're going to take that off. We're going to tell it instead we want you to go over here, and then we want you to go over here. And oh, we need to put those in the right place. So when you leave Chesapeake, Once you go here and then here, there, that looks better. That looks better. So you're going to come out Chesapeake Freight, you're going to run up here, you're going to hit this, you're going to come in here, do your unload, and you're going to unload until you're empty. And let's see. So that's one train, and then we're going to, I think we're going to put a second train on that. So that would be a cut stone. I think it's a flat wagon. Yes. So we're going to find our flat wagon. There we go. Build that. Put that on the cut stone Chesapeake freight to the warehouse. Okay. And deploy. Okay. And that should improve our stone production and our stone logistics, our stone delivery. Here's one loading up as we speak. And out the door he goes. Okay. So there we go. All right. So we've improved our stone, and our production's greater than our need, so to speak. Now we're still waiting on the passenger train to get out here from Chesapeake to bring us enough people. It's probably this one, maybe. Yeah, it is. So let's just check this and make sure that all works properly. So the other train took everybody away. This one's going to come and bring us a bunch of workers, and there we go. Now we've got there we go. Now we've got good wood production. It's good enough. We've got our stone production. Says it's low. Let's see what else is going on with stone. Chesapeake has plenty of the stone, the raw material. So these guys should all be working just fine. And we've got enough people. I don't see any labor issues. If we go to Proctorville, are they getting enough cut stone? That may be. They got 525, so they should all be working full-time as well. I don't see any labor issues in Proctorville. So why is that? Let's watch this a minute. This should be higher than, here we go. It's going up now. Remember, this is a rolling average, so it kind of fluctuates based on your staffing and everything. All right, good. So we're making enough cut stone. So we've dealt with the wood. We've dealt with the stone. The bricks seem to be hanging in there nicely, and our coal seems to be hanging in there nicely. So I think we're good on raw materials. And work-wise, we seem to be balanced as well. Now, our money sucks for air. Totally sucks for air, and we need to fix that because we cannot afford to. Oh, you know what? Let me see here. Okay, what's happened to us here? We're not getting cattle. We're not getting meat in Chesapeake. Let's just see what Proctorville looks like. Oops, over here. We're not getting meat here. Okay, what is going on? It should be better because we've got dedicated wheat up here. So what is going on? They got no workers, not producing. And look at this. Look at this. This guy doesn't seem to want to unload. They do not. They need wheat. So there's got to be a problem here. This is a new line. Here we go. Load at cattle ranch, load at wheat. I've got this messed up. So we need to unload it at the cattle ranch. Let's just run that and see if, and since we made that change, we know we're going to have to send him out and then send him right back. Let him do a loop. That actually opens up a place for him to come in, which shows us our other problem. We have too many trains coming into this. we have 3 platforms and 4 trains that want to use it, and 2 of them are load till full. And this was an unload to empty, so you could get all 3 of them in here. Even though we've got him unloading, if he doesn't completely unload, then he's not going to go anywhere. So we could get in a situation where we're still stuck, right? So we really kind of need to address this. So we got several things I'd like to do here. Let's see. Let's send, he doesn't have that much, but we're going to send him off to Chesapeake with what he's got. And he has a fair amount. We're going to send him to Proctorville with what he's got. I want to get those trains out of there, and I want to see if we can't fix this. We got ourselves a little mess here. Let's fix it. All right, so could really use a little space. I want to make these fast platforms. There's no reason not to. And I also want to be able to I think I'd like to do the model. You know, there's multiple ways to do this. One is we just add a 4th platform, right? So we have 4 platforms, and one that would be 1 for each of the trains we're using. The other model is you have loading, unloading, and passengers. And if you remember, that's what we did down here. We divided this into loading, unloading, and passengers at a shunt line, and then ran them in off of that so that we could control what's in there and make sure that we had 1 train loading, 1 train unloading, 1 passengers, and then if there's any more of the same type, they could just wait their turn and not get in each other's way. So I'd like to do that model, but we need some space because we need to be able to build a little shunt line and some space. Now, I don't see us getting, we might add another farm or 2, but we got plenty of room out here and here for the, not farm, cattle ranch out this way. So we don't need this much room from the distribution center to the cattle ranch. So we could, to the station. So we could actually move the station back, right? So what we're going to do here is, I think we're just going to blow the sucker up. I think the best way to fix this problem is through emergency surgery. And there we go. Now, let's back this off. Let's go delete, and let's back this up and decide where we want to put our station. And that too is the second stop on some on this route. Yeah, which would be right there. Not anymore. So let's pick one that has 3 lanes, a fast 3-laner, like right here, this dairy farm. And let's see if this would work. If we take this guy and we move it over here, would it fit? Could we put it in here? Okay, it could fit like right there. Okay. Then if we take this road and move it back down here so it's connected to the station. Now the station has a distribution center. Distribution center has the 2 cattle ranches, and we're going to rename this Cat 1.1. Okay, so we've got Cat 1.1, and let's see here. And I only did that to differentiate it from the other one we had, so we can figure out what we're doing when we redo these lines that we've totally messed up. So now we've got 3 fast stations, and we'd like to have 1 passenger, 1 loading, 1 unloading. Okay, so instead of doing a massive shunt, we're just going to shunt 1 thing. We're going to have to shunt all 3 actually, because I can't get the signals to work otherwise. All right, so shunt. Here's one. Let's take, rather than doing it ourselves, let's take a 3-laner like this, and take it up here to our cattle and see if we can make it fit, which of course we can. It could fit right there like that rather nicely. Well, I could go even all the way over here, couldn't it? Okay, if this didn't have any signals, we could safely put that right on top of what we have. So let's go back and get it again. And we can put it right on top of that, like that. So there's our shunt line. And this is how you come in. And you're coming from over here, so I think we're going to have it, we're going to flip it around a little bit. And we'll have it go this way. And you're coming from here. So you come in like so. Oh, and this is going this way. So we've flipped all this around. So I'm going to get rid of these signals. And then you go out right here. Okay, and we can redo this. We can let's redo this a little bit. And say you're going to come out like this. And you're going to go that way to go that way. And then you're going to come under this bridge and join in like that to go this way. And have all of these come together like that to exit. There we go. Beautiful. Then when you come in, we want you to make a decision. And that decision is going to be based on requirements. Okay. And we're going to put requirements here too. Okay. So this is going to be let's do has cargo. So these are your unloads. This one's going to be no cargo. That's your loads. And this one's going to be passengers. That's our workers. Okay? And then back here we can do the same thing, and it doesn't matter what order we put them in. Since this is the shorter one, I'll make it passengers. So this is going to be type passengers. This one's going to be type has cargo, type no cargo. Geez, that's it. That's it. Now we've got to look at those lines. Whoops, Control R. The wheat to cattle ranch 1, all we have to do now is say, no, we want you to go to cat 1.1. Where's our other messed up lines? It should show us the messed up lines. It isn't. So cattle to PRF1, we're going to reattach you to cat 1.1. And the cattle to, let's see. Huh. Cat to Chesapeake, there we go. Attach that to 1.1. So we got 2 cattle, a wheat, and a passenger. There should be a passenger line that has cattle in it from Proctorville. Passenger, where is it? Here we go. This one needs to be attached to that line right there. All right. Now we've created some space. We got a little shunting. We got a little specialty track going on. Let's run this. I'm going to run it fast and let this fly and see if we got this right. There's our workers. Here's a load. Here comes our wheat into the right place and takes off. Our other load should come up here and shunt and just stop. Oh, shoot. Okay, I goofed up. Right here, I left out signals altogether. You have to decide. You don't leave this until you know you can get into your lane. Now, he did go to the correct lane, but we don't want him going until he can actually get in there. Otherwise, this does no good. He's just blocking everything. So to fix this, we're going to release this train and have him run. There we go. There. Okay, there we go. Now we've got this fixed and working. Now what we should see, our money's going up. What we should see is, there we go, that we built our population back up because we're now getting the cattle in there. And the meat's a big deal because it's 3 coin per minute per person. So it's 150 coin we were losing on each of those residences. And the same thing down here, 150 coin per residence down here. And are they getting it? They are not yet getting it, but I think we've got it loading where? Right here, it's loading. If we just send it on down there and let it give some meat to Chesapeake. There we go. It's unloaded already, and now we should see Chesapeake. There we go. See, now Chesapeake's got a new problem. It's not enough work, but we're going to let it run a bit to see if that's really true. Yeah, let it run fast. Who cares? We'll see if they really have a problem. Yeah, I'm not sure they do. Okay. All right. So now our economy's better. It's not great, but it's better. And we've got the cattle situation. Now let's we're still balancing though. We're still balancing. So these guys, let me do my rant. Give us some basic, simple reports that tell us the demand across our region and for each city. So I'm going to make a little chart here of fish, Proctorville, Chesapeake. So Proctorville, fish and potatoes will be the same demand, right? Because that's just our laborers. So consumption is 245. And bread and clothes will be the same. 274 in Proctorville. And then the meat and cheese will be the same. There it's 29. That's just based on the number of craftsman residences we have. So that's meat and cheese. So now we have to go down to Chesapeake and do the same thing. So the fish kind of don't matter. It's the potatoes that matter, but they'll be the same, 80. All right, so we're wanting 80. And the reason I say fish don't matter, fish are being sourced locally in both cities, right? Everything else is either coming from Proctorville to Chesapeake or coming from out in the world to either of the cities. So bread and clothes would be 96 in Chesapeake, that's the total number of labor residences plus the number of craftsman residences would be your bread, and then meat and cheese would be just your craftsman residences, and that would be 16 in Chesapeake. So give me a second, I'm going to do a little quick math and I'll be right back. Okay, so for the potatoes, we need 325 total. We're good. We're making 480. The bread and the clothes, we need 470. Now there, we may not be so good. Those are being produced in Proctorville. Make sure we're looking at Proctorville. Our production is 360. What did I say? 470. Wow, did I say that? Did I make a math error? I wrote down I don't know where I got 274. Anybody have any clue where I got 274? Oh, there it is. Closed. 274. 274. Sure enough. So we need 470. So we've got to make more clothes and make more bread. Okay. More clothes, more bread. How do these work out? Right now we've got, for clothing, we need 15 cotton to 30. And we were doing those in, I think, groups of like 5. What do we got up here? We got 6. We're producing 240 cotton. 240 cotton. Would actually support 480 clothes. So we could just add the clothing. Oh boy. What are we making? 360. We want another 110, and they make 30 a piece. We'd have to make 4. We're going to do a whole set of 5 like we did before. Let's do 5 clothing. Yeah, we'll just do like kind of think of it as a little module of clothing. We'll do 5 clothing and then a warehouse, and they should be good on the yeah. There's a market right here. So let's do 5 clothing. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'll put down a storage unit right here and give it a road like this. And I don't believe that's not close enough. Can you believe that? This isn't close enough. Oh, because it doesn't touch it here and it can't walk. Oh, wait. Am I missing? Right there. There, that fixed it. Okay. All right, good. So now we're making 510 clothing, which is plenty. But at 510 clothing, we need half that much cotton, which is 255. We need to be making 255 cotton, and we're making 40 times 5, 200. $255. We actually need a couple more cotton fields, and we need to be able to move our cotton faster. And we need a fast station here. Oh, we just need we need everything. Well, we got a nice opportunity here, right here. Let's see if we can't make this station better. It's probably going to mean blowing up a little bit of this track. Go a little bit there. All right, let's kill. Let's destroy this. I think we're going to destroy this too. Okay, and then destroy that. And we want let's just do a 3. Let's just do a station that supports 3 fast platforms. 1, 2, 3. So we'll have two freight and a passenger. Hopefully it'll turn. Yes, it will. We don't have to move the bridge. 1, 2, 3. You're going to go in like this, like so. Pick a lane, any lane, it doesn't matter, because we've got as many platforms as we're going to run trains. Guess we're going to have to end it way over here. All right, and then you can make a hard turn like this. We don't want it touching that. Okay. Okay. We want this lane to be able to come through here without touching that. If it touches this, it's going to seem like it's a part of that station. So we're going to have it running like this and like that. And then we can have it like this. And then you can come around and merge back in like this. Signals like so. And when you're coming down here, you're either going to go to the cotton or you're going to go like that. And I've kind of lost sight of, oh, and then your entry into the system here is this right here, right? No. Like that. See. You can make a decision there. You can either go or go. And I don't know why those are like that. They should be like that. And we've got, this is a hangover. Oh shoot. Have I deleted, I think I've deleted this little crossover. And we need that to get from the depot to get over into this system. This is really kind of a closed system. The cotton and wheat are kind of a closed system. All right, so so how many trains do we have running this? We need one more cotton carrier, which would be boxcar? Yes. Get boxcar, build it, put it on the cotton to Pville 2 and deploy. So then we were going to put 2 more farms out here, right? Yes, we were. Not a sawmill. Cotton farm. We can put one out here. Give it storage like that, and then grow our cotton out this way, and out through here, out through there until we have 120. Good deal. And then we can throw another one in right here, like that. it some storage. And give it its fields. And then that might look a little better if we did take out those two. Put them back down here. Okay. So we've added 2 cotton fields. So that's 7. They each take 6. That's 420 we need. So that train right here needs to be upgraded to a 420. Well, there's no such thing, so a 440 would be a 10, wouldn't it? We need a P440. That's a lot of people. We don't have it, but we can make it. Okay. Let's go here and make a new preset. P440. 1, 2. 440, it fits. And that's going to be an upgrade to this guy. And confirm. So now we're going to want 440 workers to go out there to the cotton farm. And we're going to come up short here. Sure as the world. Oh, we got our craftsman. I don't even know how. Oh, just by getting that, straightening out that supply chain with the meat. Okay. Oh, I got to check signals here. Signals right here. Put some signals in there, and right here. Nope, on this side. Okay. So two wheat. We got 2 wheat there. We got 2 cotton here. Now we got our second one out here. He's filling up quickly and heading in. Now we do have a danger here with these extra freight trains. We could actually end up in a situation where we can't get the passenger train in here. Couldn't we? Yes, we could. Yes, we could. Shoot, shoot, shoot. So, And the other thing is, if we try single threading, so if we single threaded, so we made one of these for passengers and one of them for the freight, now we got 2 types of freight coming in here. You could get the wheat not completely unloading and the cotton waiting to unload. Then you could have a problem where maybe you're not getting either the bread or the clothing, and you start losing your population. Yeah. Could get interesting. Got to think about that for a second. Okay. Well, my second's up, and I haven't come up with anything brilliant, or even mediocre. I tell you where I'm kind of leaning, honestly. We did this one. Remember, we did the potatoes to demonstrate it, right? To show that you could have a top and tail hat or a bi-directional train, and it would work, right? But it's using up 2 of our platforms just for the potatoes, and we're only getting 1 in there unloading at a time, and it was more for demonstration purposes. So I think what we're going to do, I think we're going to blow this up, the potato deal. And we can still have this end of it look like this, I think. We can still run in and out, you know, with the signals here. Or we could even just have it come down and... how do we want to do this? I mean, we could make it a loop again, right? You know, bridge, go through, come down here, rejoin. Be real easy. Then we could even replace these with trains that carried more, because the two locomotives take up space, or the extra one does. Okay, so anyway, I'm saying all that to say we probably need, for all this volume and to make sure we don't have the passenger problems, you know, the passenger and cargo problems that we really truly could have right here, make this more like the generic deal, like this, where you've got a lane for your passengers and you've got lanes for your cargo, and I think we need to do that. So I'm going to change that, and I'll be back, and I'll show you what I did. We'll run that for a minute to make sure it works, and then we'll call it a day on this episode. Now, we wanted to get the diesel trains. We're not quite there yet. We could have. I mean, we could have done a quick little thing and gotten a diesel train going, but I'm more interested in having everything work correctly. So I'll be back in a little bit. All right, I'm back. Basically decided to turn this back into more or less what it was originally. Hopefully an improved version of that. It's now I'd call it 1.5 lanes of passenger and 4.5 lanes of freight. And I'll explain that in a second. What I wanted to do, I've got the potato now is right back to being a loop. So it goes down, comes around, comes in, comes back out like this, and joins back in. So it's back to looping. And everything is looping now, right? And the key things here, though, are whenever you come off passenger or freight, you're going to come right down here, if you're coming from cotton or wheat, to a decision point. And if you're going to go this way, you're going to be a passenger train. And if you're a freight train, you're going to go this way, down here. So when you come in like this, you will come here, and you'll come to a line here. I've got a decision point right here. And this is a little trick I picked up from reading one of Johnny's comments. I've got these set on length so that this one has a preference for trains that are less than 11. Okay? And you can see we've got it divided in two so that you could conceivably get two shorter passenger trains in here to work. Then over here, it's greater than or equal to 12, meaning the longer trains, and they're a preference. And this guy's going to come here and decide which one's open to go into, and that's your passengers. But then your freight comes down like this. It also comes across like this from the potatoes and the stone, other things that are going on. And when it comes down here, it comes to this, has a decision that says if you're a passenger, go this way and get into the passenger line. If you're freight, go over this way and come down into the freight line. I think I see some signals I need right there. There we go. So again, decision point, passengers, freight. So all your freight's dumping into here, going into these 4 lines, plus sometimes into this one. And all your passengers are coming down like this from either direction. Do I see a signal that is wrong? Flat out wrong right there. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, so what was I saying? I think I was saying freight comes here. It'll typically go to these. It'll typically go right here. They're the closest ones. We could even put preferences on them to weight them. But at any rate, it'll come down here usually, and when it and occasionally, if these are all done full, it can come up here and go through this one. But whatever they go through, when they come to the other end, for these bottom two, they're going to come down like this, just an easy right-hand turn. Left-hand turn, they're going to go under, going to go through a tunnel, over a bridge, and just hook right back in so they don't have to interact with anybody else. And these other lanes over here are going to go, if they're a right-hand turn, it can just go like this and right on down. That could be the potatoes coming over this way or anything going down this way like this cut stone. And then if they need to turn left, they'll go over here and join these guys and turn left. And they'll all be going left, so it shouldn't be too big a delay. So that's not perfect. I'd like to have a better thing here to keep these from interacting. If you got an idea, send it to me. If you've got a string that would work, send it to me and we'll give it a try. But I'm about ready to give this a test drive. I haven't actually seen it in action yet. So I sent some trains down here to our depot, and I'm going to get those back out into the system. Okay, and then I'm going to run this on fast and let them get out of there. And see what happens up here in our new Proctorville North. And basically what seems to happen is that a whole bunch of traffic just rips through here at a pretty good clip. We got one that's out of fuel, and I've got to do an update for that one. I've got those top and tail jobbers. They gotta be fixed. Okay. So anyway, I'm just looking at that saying that seems to be humming very nicely. So let's get these top and tails back. This is a potato train. We're going to do an upgrade. And we're going to turn it into just a standard one engine pull. It would be a big box car, actually. Not the H&T, which is our strange way of saying top and tail, but a box car. One of our original the original big box car. That's what I'm looking for. Confirm. Okay. And then there should be that's cotton. That's cotton. That's our cut stone. Here's the other potato. And we're going to upgrade that to the big box car. Confirm. And then our passenger our potato passenger train, this guy, he needs to be upgraded. And he needs to be 2, 4, 6, 8, a 320, kind of a standard 320, which would be a P8. Yeah, that guy right there, confirm. Okay, now let's run this real fast. Oh, it's very nice. See the short ones going in here, the longer ones going over here. Beautiful. Johnny, thank you for that. This just seems to be humming nicely. We got our potatoes already up here and running. Of course, it doesn't take long when you run it on hyperspeed. All right, that looks nice. That will work for now until we come up with something different later. All right, so let's call it a wrap. We did a lot of cleanup, a lot of balancing. I actually think we could probably, see a little shortage here. Could probably add some more people. We're going to talk about that at the beginning of the next episode. I'll probably rant a little bit about lack of reporting. You just have to bear with me, and then we can get on with it. But we're going to talk about how do we know how many people to put out here, and we'll just say here's our best guesstimates right now. And next episode, I promise you, we will get a diesel train. All right. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it'll help you become a better player. I hope you'll like, comment, and subscribe, and join us for our next Sweet Transit video. Thank you.